Hi everyone, welcome to Chapter 7 lecture video. We're going to talk about social networks, blogs, and forums. Do you remember Friendster? Maybe some of you are a little too young to remember this, but it was very similar to MySpace. Did you have MySpace when you were in high school? Or what was your first social media platform? So Friendster was one of the original social network service. It peaked around 2004, and the main reason Friendster failed was its lack of a news feed. So that is why platforms like Facebook became really popular. It never went beyond the user profile, but we figured out people have this desire to combine all the news and combine everyone's uploads and see them on the same page. What is the use of a newsfeed, do you guys think? I think it's useful to just have an outlook of everything, but sometimes whenever there are too many ads on my newsfeed, I get fatigued really easily, so I feel that my concentration span is a lot shorter on social media than before. So I get more hooked when it's like Reels or TikTok, when I can just keep looking at different content without ads. So let's talk about choosing social options. Think of each as a brand community and ask yourself some key questions. So referring back to our chapter 1 discussion questions, what does target audience currently think? So what does your target audience currently think? Let's think about this for your IG business profile as well. What would we like the target audience to think? What will move them from one to the other? If you were a brand, what do you want other people to think of you as a brand? Is our target audience active on this platform? Are we focusing on the right platform? How do we communicate the big idea in this platform? We talked about the big idea in the previous chapter, right? What do we want them to do on this platform? People are active at various levels on different platforms for different reasons. So some people like to be on Instagram more than Facebook, TikTok more than Instagram. These are some questions for selecting social media plan channels. If users match target audience, if media type matches idea content, existing brand account and page, existing brand community, competitor brand presence, that's what we did from social listening, right? Paid social advertising options. Don't be ashamed of using paid messages because more than half of the ad messages on social media are paid nowadays. Also, have you watched Social Networks? It's a movie that's based on the real story, how Facebook got created. So when you have time, please go to this link. It's trailer for that movie. So they were one of the first social media platforms with a timeline design and newsfeed design. How are people using Facebook? So some people use it to view photos, share content with everyone, watch videos, share content to one-to-one. I sometimes just share it on my own. I changed my setting to only me on Facebook as a default. So whenever there's like a cool recipe or some cool writing from other people, I like to just share it on my own feed so I can just look at them after some time. A lot of people just use it to keep in touch with their friends and families. I'm sure we all have experienced to have some family friends on Facebook and you have to untag yourself from some pictures, right? Share things I find interesting and I guess that's me, and for looking at fun and entertaining content. Also, I'm sure everyone is familiar with this term algorithm, part of AI technology and the programming is a formula or set of steps used for solving a problem. So sometimes, even though I posted before the other person, my content can be on the top than the other, or the vice versa can happen as well. So it depends on what could be the priority for you as a reader. What should you look at on your newsfeed? So everyone's newsfeed can look a little different, even though you are following similar people. Globally, from 2018 to 2019, the percent of pages using paid media increased 26%. And the average paid reach versus total reach increased 27%. And now it's even higher, almost half of the messages. And organic reach on the platform declined. We should think about why organic reach declined. And we checked it from the Sprout data as well in the example, right? Facebook also has a lot of great benefits for our society as well. If you go to the UNICEF Facebook page, they also being really informative and give people to have option to donate for UNICEF as well. But I'm sure we heard about this scandal, Cambridge Analytica scandal, and how easy it was our personal information got leaked through Facebook, right? So when you have chance, please go to these links because these are real examples. A survey, because of this scandal, a survey in spring 2018 found that 76% through Facebook had not done enough to safeguard personal data, and more than half people considered deleting their Facebook profile. Have anybody deleted your own Facebook pages because of this scandal or similar incident that you experienced? Also, Facebook has this thing called dynamic ads. They enable brands to customize ads showing specific products or images based on the user's previous activity. So even though it's the same brand, not everyone is going to see the same image. Also, Facebook has Facebook Watch, like Netflix, Facebook Blueprint. It's really fun. It's very similar to some part of the Google Analytics activity that we're going to do. Blueprint is Facebook's free and paid online courses, certifications about marketing on Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, WhatsApp. So I really recommend you to go to Facebook Blueprint and do some of your self-education and get some certifications. It'll be very helpful for you after graduation. Okay, let's look into LinkedIn. I didn't know about this, but it was acquired by Microsoft in 2016. So job search is a major activity on the site. You will see some suggestions here. It's very valuable for job searchers and also recruiters. And they have a thing called LinkedIn Elevate. It's a new platform to enable and track employee advocacy programs. And also when we look in the messaging apps, have you guys heard of Line or KakaoTalk? It's very popular in Asia or South America. And we love using these emojis, cute emojis, to express our emotions or daily routine. So it's a little bit of different culture than here. So social messaging is instant messaging or chat applications created around social networks. So with this, you can have your own page as well, but also use this as a messaging tool to your friends or family. You can talk about brand stories because brands can also have their own channel of messaging apps like Line or KakaoTalk. Create engaging quizzes, trivia contests, game. So this is an example of conversational commerce, as part of e-commerce. So when brand approaches very personable way, like, hey Hyoyeon, I'm sure you're really busy during the semester, ta-da-da-da-da, and then giving me like a 15% coupon for Korean barbecue place. Then I would feel really touched. Oh, it's so sweet of you to think of me being tired during the semester. I would go, right? Chatbots, and also look into Facebook portal. For WhatsApp and Facebook Messenger, it was interesting to see various age groups had this, but from 25 till 34-year-old demographic had the highest number of messaging apps. So that was really interesting for me. I thought it would be younger. I thought older people would text more, but they also use a lot of messaging apps. Blogs and forums. Blog is abbreviated version of Weblog. And Mommy Blogger is one of the most flourishing market nowadays for bloggers and also brands targeting them, this specific demographic. So this is one of the shows I enjoyed watching, Melbourne Yummy Moms. So it's not a weird show. It's about young moms living in Melbourne, starting moms. So they have their own Instagram page, and this is kind of an example how brands are collaborating with mommy bloggers, momfluencers, and also with their kids, any kind of kids clothing wear, anything related to a family. They keep collaborating, and that's how you brand yourself, right? Popular platforms for blogs here would be WordPress and Blogger. The case study from this chapter is GM's Fastlane Blog. So GM had this blog to get the company's message directly to customers, fans, and media. So direct access to very candid thought of their vice chairman. So again, this was very conversational commerce as part of e-commerce. So they were very down to earth and also approachable level of conversation they provided them. Today, GM has a general director of customer experience who leads up a global social media center of expertise, and they call it COE. In the COE, marketing leads branding building and channel management. This will be the example of SBU, how those disciplines got combined, right? So that is why communication is so important, because marketing, we cannot just take care of purchase anymore. We have to take care of feelings when they look at these blogs, when they look at our social media channels, and how those emotions get connected to their cognition to make that decision to buy our product or service, right? So communication takes care of news and reputation management. Customer care focuses on resolving current and prospective customer issues and questions, and they dealt all of this on the Fastlane blog. Tumblr. Have you guys used Tumblr before? I was never really active on Tumblr, but every time I look at those examples, they have really pretty images. So you can post multimedia content in a short form of blog. So it's very similar to blog, but very image specific. 46% users are from the US, so it wasn't very popular internationally. Maybe that's why I've never thought of using this. Simple, quick post with fun, vivid imagery and videos. Ideal channel to feature would be high quality graphics for users to share quickly. So if you're into photography or any product that needs high quality photography, Tumblr would be a good place to start. Tumblr ads are targetable by gender, location, and also interest. If you go to this link, you'll see brands who are really doing great on Tumblr. Forums, online discussion sites where people hold conversations on many different topics. So a good example will be a place like Reddit, right? Have you been really active on Reddit? I have been active on Reddit for a very short amount of time for skincare. I posted a lot of skincare routine of mine. Threads can be anything from simple statements and questions to longer opinions, stories, or how-tos. So why engage bloggers or members of forums? What makes us to be more engaged, right? The emphasis should be presence over perfection. So the consistency is also really important. And to explain this, one theory I want to introduce is 1% rule. In a collaborative sites like blogs or forums, 90% of users view the content, only 9% contribute but infrequently, and only 1% actively create new content consistently. So that'll be the good percentage to explain influencers on Instagram or other social media channels as well. So let's think, what makes these 1% more engaged to these forums? And also, how can we make 99% of users to be more engaging on our platform? So let's think about social plan for your own IG brands. Research each social media, looking at the size and makeup of the users. So let's think about, does the brand target audience match the main users of the social networks? So since we created your page on IG, does it really match with the people that you want to target? What kind of content is popular on your page? I'm sure your data will tell after you watch the reporting and analytics Sprout video. So I'm really curious to see them. What is the culture of the social network? Do these characteristics match brand, product, service, and big idea that you had? And which platform would be the best? What about a forum? So if you could create more than your current IG page, do you have any other desire to create other platforms? So identify top social networks where the target audience is active, except Instagram, because you already have your Instagram pages. So second step will be, for each social network, describe the main type of content and culture, and find interesting brand, product, or service blogs and forums. How could the brand participate, your brand participate? And is there a need for a customer support forum or other type of forum? So I would love to see your answers as our discussion question for this lecture video. And the real discussion question after watching this video would be, Facebook is by far the largest and most dominant social media network. Do you feel all organizations must have a Facebook page? Can you think of an example where it wouldn't make sense? So it could be, answers could vary from the demographic reason, or there could be nations that Facebook isn't really popular, right? So I want to see your own answers for these discussion questions. That's the end of chapter 7, and I'll see you in the next lecture video. Bye!